And this is what the draft looks like between Prometheus and Athena for the best of 3. So, parallel bands. We have Bohemians and Saracens band here. And then the picks we have Khmer, Mongols, Teutons, Hindustanis, Ethiopians for Athena. Whereas for Prometheus we have Burgundians, Lithuanians, Japanese, Italians, and Sicilians. And who the hell would snipe Burgundians out of all these civs? And we literally have the map picks here. We have Bay for Prometheus and we have Hideout for Athena. And you choose to ban Burgundians for potentially Bay of Prometheus here. That is fascinating. But I guess there's a reason for that. We'll see as we dive into the set here. It is random seeding, hidden identities, so anything could happen, obviously. If you get to Concierge, they're freaking broken. For Hideout, yes, but the thing is... This was Prometheus' first pick. And yes, Athena's home map was Hideout, yes. But still, though, first pick, why would you pick Burgundians for your first pick if it's based on the home maps of the others? I don't know. Let's just dive into it. First game, HC4 Arabia. Let's draw a corner. We've seen some Costilier playing throughout the games here now. And it seems that Prometheus has picked Burgundians. Even though they have been sniped. We had some disqualifications so far this set, but we'll see if maybe there's some chat or something here to show what's up. I don't know. Let's just go. And see what's going on here on Athena's side. 27 seconds of idle time to begin with. I need to start this from the beginning again to see what's happening here. Basically just hanging around here. 13 seconds, building the houses. Nothing happening here. And then the houses. 27 seconds. We're opening here 2 houses right onto the food. Ah, it could be lag. Yeah, you're right. It could be lag because of server issues. It could be... they are playing on hidden identities, so it's a new user, right? So you don't have your usual hotkey set up either. So it could be a hotkey issue that you're not queuing villagers because you have your villagers hotkey set to F instead of C or whatever. Thought he sniped Burgundians. He did. So I don't know what's going on here. And why Athena would let Prometheus play Burgundians here. But that's what we're seeing for Game 1 Arabia. That's the second time in the Hidden Cup round of 16 we're actually seeing Burgundians picked here. But I guess for picking a snipe sim, Prometheus deserves a ban here to be disqualified or whatever. But I mean, there's no mention of it in the chat, so I guess they're just, what the fuck is going on here? That's probably the thinking of Athena. Full on mind games here. Mismanaging the bordering villager. Oh, it's gonna block that. It's gonna move in between. Oh, what's going on here? Alright. Placing the boar slightly outside of the TC, not an 1850 player move maybe, but yeah. Let's have a look at the scouting here as well. Gonna start pushing some deer here. Athena playing as the Khmer. Seems consistent with the food investment here. Only food. So this could be a super quick feudal age here. This could be like a ridiculously fast feudal age with the Khmer into archers or scouts or whatever, because you don't need any buildings to go up to the next stage as Khmer. So have a look at Prometheus' side here. Prometheus has found Athena's area. And if we're now assuming that Athena is going for the very fast Khmer up here, losing 2 pigs, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. And we have a bit of a scout fight going on there. Doesn't look too good for Prometheus, does it? It's 27 HP to 20 here now. At home base, dropping a barracks. Ooh, so Prometheus is going for the Burgundians' rush here, apparently. So getting Loom, not stressing any transition into the next age. Lamer and a tryhard. Lamer! It's actually the first lane we've seen in the round of 16, isn't it? It's first. And Prometheus wonder, how the hell did I win that? What the fuck is going on? There's no comment, apparently. What is this idle tea time at minute 5? If you ask me, I ask you.
Yes.
Thought it was on hill XD. XD, that's it's not a kind of a down. Oh shit, what's going on here? Villager down! What is this, low elo legends? Well, that's one builder down to Gaia. Prometheus not off to a stellar start here, to say the least. He's going to build now to compensate a little bit. He's also collecting gold here. That's the gold needed for an additional militia, but he seems to have forgotten about the gold picking builder. You don't really need anything extra. But the militia are moving out. Athena can not know what's going on there. Athena is going to the feudal age with 14 villagers. And no scouts. It's basically the 15 pop mer scouts here. Or, I'm not going to call out any scouts, but here comes the stable. And it gets blocked by Prometheus' rush here. What's going on here? The idle DC time is off the charts. Prometheus has totally forgotten about the idle or the DC hotkey, apparently. And moving around with the rush here, looking for damage. The stable obviously gets replaced immediately. Not going to be able to build it here. Athena does not have food. No food whatsoever. No bill. No hunt. And down to 2 pigs after Prometheus lamed them as well. So Prometheus might have seen through this Khmer play all along here. Well, the stable's up. They're both with pretty high idle DC time here, but Prometheus with still stuck in the Dark Age at 18 villagers, and Athena with 16 in the feudal age, mind you, which technically puts Athena ahead here. So Prometheus better be small walling in the villagers and to try and keep things safe here. I don't even know what's going on over here. It looks like an attempt at house walls and mini walls here, but these guys aren't even working, and there's some significant long distance hunting going on here, probably to compensate from losing the boar to DC or something like that. Actually, why is Prometheus so low on food? Why is Prometheus so low on food? Only, sorry, I must have missed something here. Could we go back and just check if there's been some additional food loss or something here? Yeah. So Prometheus not only loses one villager to boar, but also just casually happened to kill off the boar with DC prior here. Anyway, okay, let's move back to like real world time over here. Let's go back to the Drush. So Prometheus not only loses one villager to boar, but also loses one boar to DC. I mean, technically still ahead in builders, but behind in progression, obviously. So Athena, unironically, is in the better spot here, seeding lots of farms, not even milling the berries for some reason. And starts queuing scouts with whatever food is left over here. It looks like Athena is back with somewhat consistent DC production here, while Prometheus is getting some value off the drop here. Has managed to kill one villager. And collecting some scout intel here. And the pigs are just sitting about over here. They're at least not being brought back to home base. So not a full lane here of Prometheus. Maybe felt a little bad about laming pigs from the enemy here. But Akkal says Prometheus is Lonzo Wall. I'm not sure if Lonzo Wall would keep one villager at 10 HP long distance hunting like this though. Oh, Prometheus, sorry. I'm looking at Athena here. Prometheus is Lonzo Wall. Alright, so eco upgrades are in. Finally realizing that the berries are really inefficient as well. The small walls still going up because we have seen the stables over here. We know that scouts are to be expected. I don't know why. Oh! Pig movement. And Athena now with the scout over here, realizing that there's some long distance hunting going on over here. I feel like there was a lot of alcohol involved here. Well, I can't answer for that. Why would you play a tournament drunk? I don't know. Idle time past 3 minutes for both players, so I don't think we're dealing with the top end players here. Scouts production seems somewhat consistent of Athena here as well, farming eco. Sort of salvaging that food income for the... Still no mill! So obviously no horse color for Athena here, the mill just isn't built yet. Just managed to get the builder killed though. And Athena is aiming for another villager here, is gonna get it! Oh, so close! Oh yeah, she's down. She's dead. So that's 2 villager kills for Athena, except Prometheus did lose 1 villager guy as well, so Prometheus has lost 3 villagers so far this game, as the scouts are just chilling out near the mill here, and Prometheus seems at a loss as to what to do. This kind of looks like a fast castle age approach with farms and eco upgrades and whatever, but eco fairly exposed as well. There's some small walls around gold here, there's some walls around mills as well, but not fully walled. And these guys might be looking to move out again to hunt, I don't know. Oh, that's a good tower from Athena. There's a tower going up at the one and only woodland, and there's a hole in the woodline. And Prometheus desperately tries to plug that hole as a tower foundation is going up from Athena. So that's a good tower, even if it's an investment. If you deny this, which effectively happens to be the only woodland of Prometheus, Prometheus is going to be looking at a very fragile economy here, losing the lumberjacking villagers. Doesn't see the foundation, it didn't begin yet. That's only a couple of villagers building that tower. Could be an Akkal tower, to be honest, but oh, he cancels it. Probably afraid to reveal it over here, that there was a tower going up over here. But it was, in fact, outside of the line of sight of the villagers. And oh, he's repairing the lumber camp! And he can't see the tower going up. Oh, it's going to hurt so much if this tower completes. And Prometheus is completely overreacting here. So placing another barracks, wants to mass up some spearmen rather than go for the castle age of scouts of his own. I mean, Prometheus is up against the Chimera. It's only going to be that stable. And now Athena is milling the berries as well. But, I mean, you could easily just defend with spearmen here, because Athena is not going to be bringing spearmen of their own over here. Too many scouts out and about now, though. However, 8 scouts out now and counting from Athena. And the tower completes as well. Prometheus really wants to secure that gold, and maybe also go into archers or something. There's a blacksmith here, there's a couple of barracks and a stable, but there's no army production whatsoever. Blacksmith market. Castle Age, okay. In the meantime, Athena drops a blacksmith as well, maybe probably to go get attack and defense for the scouts. There's no gold being mined yet from the Khmer player. 14 farms as well. Seems like a healthy food economy, more than you can say about Prometheus here. But he is on the way to the Castle Age. It's random seeding of honor, so seeding isn't going to tell you anything. Oh, the KD is just rising here. Prometheus taps out, calls the GD. Has lost 10 villagers this game. There's just no way back. Athena takes the first game with the Khmer. And seems to have a healthy farming economy at home. Did not go to gold yet. Preparing for an extended fuel age here. Going to stone as well, maybe for additional towers, just to keep denying resources like the gold. But yeah, the score lead is convincing. Athena has this in the bag for sure. I guess Prometheus could have tried to go for some scouts of his own and go for a counterattack here, because you know that the Khmer did go up to the fuel age at a fragile economy, but all these farms are so close to the TC as well, so it shouldn't matter all that much for Athena. Athena just proving to be the better player. Idle TC higher or not, doesn't really matter if you have the army momentum to bring this home. Both players getting loom at pretty much the same time here, except the fuel age uptime is notably faster for Athena. 8 minutes to the fuel age. Did have about 30 seconds idle TC time before clicking up. Otherwise, Prometheus reaching the fuel age way later and was on the way to the Castle Age. What's that Castle Age going to bring anyway? Eco, very fragile. Lots of villagers lost, 22 to 29 villagers while on the way to the Castle Age. Not too much for Prometheus to bring out from this one. Red is ahoy, says Yuki. Yuki loves cookies. Yuki. Snow. In Japanese. Must be a cold-hearted player. Alright, we have a rear on Bay for the next one. Just back to the draft here. I can't even select the Burgundians. Or I can select them actually. They are losing sim. Doesn't matter if they were actually sniped. Khmer take the first win. How Prometheus even got away with picking a sniped sim, that's beyond me. But Athena is here with the Khmer winning anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Even though Prometheus should be disqualified for picking a sniped sim. Next level mind games, in other words. Alright, let's see what Bay brings us for the next game. There's 1-0 for Athena. Athena has gone with the Mongols for this one. Knowing from the previous Hidden Cup, Mongols, that was very much a Scuba Steve pick. He one-tricked everyone with the straight archers, with very fast straight archers with the Mongols. Might see something like this here. Whereas Prometheus has gotten for the Lithuanians, not able to pick Mongols. Lithuanians seemed a decent pick for Bay as well. Going straight to wood here, not even going for food first, because Lithuanians start with 150 extra food. If you focus on wood first, you'll be able to drop a dock almost instantly. And well, once you've collected enough wood, and then you can start fishing very early as well. So 5 on wood here for Prometheus. Looks like the survivalist 4 lakes inspired build here for a hybrid map like this. There's not an awful lot of fish here, but it's like 225, 450, 900, yeah, about 1500 food or whatever here, but also providing some strategic advantage to be able to control the middle area here and maybe even transport sneak over if the opponent didn't wall properly. And it's obviously a good food boost to kick off your start here. Prometheus now with enough wood by far to drop a dock, but didn't quite go for it yet. Here we go. Whereas Athena didn't dock yet. Does have the wood for a dock. There's no lumber camp even. What's with Athena just putting everything on food early on here? I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's Mongols and the hunt bonus, and there's also additional hunt on the map here. Athena is even moving out to take the far side hunt here. A very early food investment here. Athena is Akkal, says Akkal. Athena going 14 pop-up again. This blue player is either big brain or small player. Oh, what's going on here? What? Oh! That's great scouting by Athena there. Brings the scout over at the perfect timing to stop the dock over here. And Prometheus, as a result, not having Bloom, loses one villager at the... yeah, about the 4-minute mark. Damn! That's great value from the starting scout. As Prometheus is bringing the boar back to home base, not killing it with the TCD timer on, and the placement is decent. And now hunting Athena's obviously weakened scout as the unloomed villager that was building the dock is did fight back against Blue's scout. So Athena now looking at a risk of losing the scout over here. This is also indirectly going to give Prometheus the location of the blue home TC. Get some intel here. Just now dropping the lumber camp. 6 on wood now. No dock yet. And Athena also not kicking up. Probably missing the buildings here. The lumber camp, that's the first. And also, sorry, second building. The mill is up as well. Whereas Prometheus is scouting the area here to confirm or deny if Athena has docked as well. Fuel age on the way. 18 population, but no dock. Obviously, 18. You can't go 18 pop-up with a dock. So we're at minute 7.5. Prometheus now scouting the enemy base. Will confirm, find the woodline over here, looking for exposed villagers, maybe checking for Loom or whatever, but Seas Loom could give an indication that Athena is up here actually. Athena now really rushing up the price. 1 minute to go for the fuel age. You don't really need to task 4 villagers to build 1 barracks at... wait, 1 minute left to go though. It's enough to have 1 villager building this one. You could still... you could just keep hunting, really. Oh! It's a sneak villager. Prometheus happily just fishing away. 4 fishing ships now. Commencing some walls here as well. Looks like Prometheus is actually aiming for sort of a pseudo fast castle approach here. Athena, however, is up. And this should be lighting the warning signs for Prometheus here. Is just casually hanging out here in the south of the map and not even bothering to stay close to home base to check for sneaks like this or stuff going on forward with this very early uptime. At the very least, Prometheus should be checking for any kind of villager building here though, or a dock, a late dock maybe. It's a dangerously early uptime here for Athena, but the range is confirmed. Athena 10 on wood, 4 gold. Should easily be able to sustain at least 1 range. And blacksmiths probably. I'm still confused about the barracks in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's why I was hanging out there. I'm probably expecting to see some unit movement here. Oh, we have action. First archer is out. Also a villager. Just running in here for reasons unknown. Second range for Athena, and the blue scout also hanging out here just to check if there's any food investment going on. Prometheus, in the meantime, is also still scouting for the dock. I mean, you would expect your opponent to dock here. And there's still no dock from Athena. So that has to be confusing for Prometheus here. Why isn't Athena forcing me to contest the water? Forward rangers, kind of spotted here. We've seen the archers at least. Athena, about Prometheus, probably a player on the lower half of the ELO ranking. Well, we'll have to judge Prometheus on that. See some idling going on here, also going for skirmishers in defense. Lithuanian skirmishers, they move fast. It's a decent reaction to the pressure here, I'd say. But also no blacksmiths, so no fletching or armor for the skirmishers. Athena with the double ranges here should be able to outproduce any defensive efforts that Prometheus should make here. And Prometheus' walling is questionable as well. Chooses to wall out his back goal over here and scrambling up some houses here while there's archers out and about. These skirmishers, however, moving in here to defend. So guess it all comes down to micromanagement here, and yeah, Athena chooses to back up here. It's 3 archers against 4 skirms, even without upgrades, I guess. Wait, neither of them are fletching, so I guess you can't really rely on micro all that much either. Did I just see a blue dot on the water? Yeah, there's a dock going up here now. I mean, Athena has some land presence now with the archers. And there's a dock going up here as well, but there's nothing coming out of it. No fishing ships. No galleys, no nothing. And by the way, Prometheus doesn't seem to have any clue about the dock popping. I mean, Prometheus has been scouting this area 2 times already, and just probably assumes that Athena won't be docking at all, looking at the land pressure. Forward houses for Athena. The blacksmith is going up as well. Behind this, the idle TC time is climbing for Prometheus. Even with the fish economy of 5 fish here, might have had the better economy exposed to archers here, I'm not sure. But at least the backside seems walled. It's going to be harder for Athena to hit the woodline here now. This woodline is essentially safe. Poor on gold for Prometheus. Not making anything out of the range here. Second lumber camp going up as well. But base, per definition, walled up and safe. Doesn't help having the fast Lithuanian skirmishers if you can run about like this. At least able to run away and dodge the arrow fire, that's something. Fletching for Athena, no upgrades from the blacksmith, whatever from Prometheus. Prometheus also making the galleys here as a reaction to Athena's investments. Second galley popping out for Athena, and Athena has fletching. That's one that Prometheus is still missing. Even though the blacksmith is here, there's gold. Ah, speaking of, here comes fletching. But Athena definitely with the army momentum here now. 240 to 245, idle TC time. Similar here, but with Prometheus with 1 minute to go to the cast stage, this is actually looking kind of decent for Prometheus here, except for the cat stage follow-up with armies just now starting seeding farms and is about to get the fishing economy exposed here as well. So what's cat stage going to bring you here? It's going to be a sub 19 minutes cat stage. But the stable is up, so it looks to me like Prometheus wants to go for the Knights approach here with the Lithuanians in the cast age. 34 builders cast age, or 34 eco units I should say, 28 builders and 6 fishing ships. However, there's a little bit of fighting going on water here, and considering that Athena has fletching, well, they both have fletching actually, but Athena has had the numbers advantage and is showing some micro skills on the water here as well. Looks like Prometheus wants to fight the galleys here with fishing ships, but that's not going to turn out very well for you. I mean, it's either someone who can imitate Akkal's playstyle perfectly, or it's Akkal. Which one, Akkal? Anyway, Prometheus still safe behind the walls here. Did lose some eco units though. And might risk some archers popping into his base as well. Athena's still in the fuel age. So if Prometheus has the wits to keep massing a few more knights before engaging, or at the very least getting some upgrades, there's not even bloodlines in here for Prometheus, and he's running right into the spearman over here. Trying to chase a group of archers, but that's 11 Feudal Age archers here. 8 Feudal Age archers here with fletching in, and even bringing in the galleys to fortify the aggression here. That's too good micro to be Akkal's, just for fun. I mean, there's lots of movement going on. There's galleys and archers being brought in here, and the archers hitting and running to focus down the knights. But I wouldn't leave it on the micro, though, as there were some spearmen there chewing up the knights as well, so that hardly takes any micro. Akkal can micro if he wants to. Thanks, Akkal. I'll take it. Prometheus now with 32 eco units here. That's not villagers. Villager count is actually ahead for Athena here, going up to the castle age. But if Prometheus had been producing consistently out of the town center, Prometheus might still, or should still be ahead, because the idle time is virtually identical between the two here. That said, the galleys of Prometheus has been able to deal with the aggression to some extent. Fishing eco is back on track, but did lose some fishing ships over here. There's 3 galleys to 1. Looks like Purple's galley micro is on point as well, though. It's like... granted, it's outnumbering here, but it's focusing the repair villager first. I think, yeah, it's gonna get them. She's going down, I think. No? Alright, so take it back. Good micro from Athena as well, bringing back home that 4 HP villager. Looks like Prometheus actually wants to force that one down, but Athena has disrupted Prometheus' economy successfully enough. It's only 3 fish left, right? Used to be 6. And in the meantime, Prometheus is just using the stray knights. Still no bloodlines, by the way. It's on the way now to try and hit the forward production buildings rather than just move out and scout the map and focus down archers before they become crossbows, for example. That clock is ticking quickly here, and Athena is about to have almost 20 crossbows with Bodkin here, and suddenly it's not looking very pretty for Prometheus here. Thought that might be a demo for a moment, but it's not. Prometheus has resorted to a battering ram and actually manages to take out one of the forward ranges here. I mean, all of Athena's production is forward. Athena doesn't have any military at home. Why isn't Prometheus counterattacking? Where is the counterattack? Is always found the stray woodline. So I think that Pack has actually been able to get some kills in here though. Eco KD evening out Prometheus on the positive side. 39 eco to 30 here. With roughly similar idleness time. But we'll give Athena some praise for saving at least one builder here though as well. Crossbows forward. Somehow that manual missed this group of crossbows, and this is really bad news for Prometheus here. Does manage to pull the villagers away, dropping TCs to defend against the crossbow pressure, but 3 TCs against a superior military Athena. Not sure if this is playing into Prometheus' favor here. It's really outnumbered. Oh, look at the crossbows, focusing down fishing ships as well. Good split attention here from the blue player, as Prometheus is garrisoning both TCs to conserve builders here. The ghost says, I think Akkal would go for knights in Castle Age. So he can't be Athena. Akkal could play crossbows, but he would have lost way more of them to mangonels by now, if you ask me. No eco plus Archer Micro is blue, Mr. Birthday Boy himself. Ah, happy birthday, by the way, I'll call her again. Did write it. Are you on a lunch break or something? Why are you just chilling out here? Well, that guy isn't work. They're just making sure he doesn't work. Oh. Couple more knights going down to the crossbow mass here. Oh, monks. We have monks. Could this be Meisel? We have pretty decent chunk of crossbows here still, and some monks to heal up the armies, and maybe... No, they can't convert siege actually, because we don't have redemption for the Mongols. That's not an option. 1 for 1 mangonel there, decent trade. And Monastery is coming for Prometheus here now. Maybe recognizing the siege workshop to go for some kind of monk defense here against the aggression. Prometheus higher idle time, but this is more TCs producing as well. Still 1 TC for Athena here, who is at the very least with the map control here, moving out some extension here, and these knights are just slowly creeping in towards Athena's home base, whatever might be going on over there. Look at that eco though, it's 52 eco units to 33 here, but Athena with the army momentum, and I mean eco alone doesn't win games, you need military as well. It's 3 mangonels here now, and shit tons of army forward. That's 1 for 0 actually. Good mangonel shot by Prometheus over here. Queuing builders, no, not queuing builders at all actually, out of the TCs here, and 1 TC about to be eaten. Redemption is in! And I don't know if Athena deleted that one or if it was a hit or whatever happened, but it's not going to be a converted unit for Prometheus there. Athena seems on point with the army management here. So Prometheus eco lead. Did lose all the fish though, probably to conversions or crossbows or whatever. And looking to get more siege conversions in here, but the crossbow mass is just too much for the monks here. You can't play small amounts of monks against this mass of units, and there's not even the sanctity in for these monks. Do we have any monk text at all aside from redemption? We have atonement and redemption. So atonement to convert Athena's monks probably. I mean, why? Why no sanctity though for the monks? Neither player has sanctity. Mongols might not even get it for all I know, but 1 conversion. Getting the siege workshop there, getting a decent shot back in as well. Blue is getting atonement as well, so Mongols is getting it, okay. One of the few monk texts that Blue is getting. Converting Archer. Nice. So at this point, Prometheus is barely making militaries, relying on the monks production here as 3 monks in queue, but is heavily housed as well. So there's not going to be any units popping out there. The population is evening out here. Still a villager lead for Prometheus, but Prometheus barely queued any villagers for the last 5 minutes. So we'll see here. Blue could be Meisel. I actually tend to agree the Ghost, but Meisel usually has lower idle tease times no matter the play as well, and he would invest into economy. Oh, the counter-attack! There's some purple knights, or pink knights, moving out here, getting some kills. So decent counter-raiding here, Prometheus. Still, I mean, keeping that eco lead, I would say. But the base under heavy duress here, of course, and this crossbow mass is just, unless that Magnal gets a juicy shot in. Hello? Okay, the crossbow mass is getting lost here. 16 crossbows left for blue. Blue is left with 0 on food. After these raiders bringing builders over to garrison the TC, Prometheus recognizes that. However, no only few edge defense for the Knights and no relics collected for the Lithuanians. No map control really, and the forward pressure here of Athena just. Even with the town centers and everything on Prometheus, yes, Prometheus still has the builder lead, but Prometheus fails to produce army and to make countermeasures. I mean, he has the redemption monks. He could convert lots of these forward buildings and sort of even out the threat here, or eliminate the threat of the forward buildings, because Athena doesn't have anything at home. So if you force them to delete their forward buildings or whatever, then you could do something. I feel like this was very winnable for purple. Yeah, Prometheus in the pink here could still re-queue some fish maybe to have a less exposed economy. Would have to deal with this galley in that case. There are still 2 TCs, there's still the builder lead for Prometheus. But Prometheus doesn't really... Yeah, maybe just freaked out a little bit here, didn't know what to do with the crossbow pressure. Counter-attack could still have done lots of damage on the golds here. The economy at home base of Athena is really exposed, but these knights are about to go down to TC Fire. Does he have a market though? Yeah, the market is here. Could sell wood and buy 10 knights and 1 mangonel to deal with the crossbow. Yes, and even when they were archers, just for fun, you have a point. Could have used the market, should have used the market. And just not prioritize redemption, really. Because the monks were added later by Athena. And then just go for enough knights and you clean up the pressure, I guess. You'll need +2 defense though, so that's a misplay by Prometheus there. I think purple just panic a bit under pressure, I guess. Yeah, it looks like Athena does as well though, with the knights getting some juicy kills. Eco KD is pretty much the same, so Prometheus did lose more builders than Athena, to be honest. So it's not so much about the eco kills here, it's more about the army production and reaction to what's going on. And could probably have made more mangonels to defend as well, or scorpions even, because Mongols don't get redemption, so you could hold off the pressure that way. Don't need to worry about losing siege weapons to conversion. GG's, indeed. Should we do another one? Honestly, don't have much to go on, but there's some unique playstyles, yeah. For sure it is. We're seeing lots of weird approaches with forward buildings and different stuff.